reason we chose to enter the New York Big Egg Hunt was because we watched it last year and we seen the Fabergé egg hunt in action, and we just thought it was a fantastic opportunity to showcase an interpretation of an egg. And the beautiful thing about the egg hunt is that everyone is given the same canvas. It's like you've got a shape, an egg shape, and it's watching people interpret that shape that you can just see how diverse people's methodologies are. ZAP Architecture are a London firm. We've been in existence for about 3 years. We're relatively young in the sense of an architecture practice. ZAP's history of doing artworks and designs has always been to create a social commentary on something, but by doing so with quite a beautiful artwork. So this particular one, something we've been engaging with recently is mental health. And it's quite appropriate actually in terms of the artist, because mental health and art go hand in hand. I think mental health is something that touches every aspect of society. It's indiscriminate. I think we all know someone who has experienced mental health issues. So it's something we've been reading a lot about and we're quite interested in. And it's a subject we wanted our latest artwork to engage with, which is this egg. An egg by its very nature is quite a fragile thing. And fragility is something that we're very interested in. We really like this kind of juxtaposition of what you see isn't always what you get. And the material we've chosen is Acquia timber, which is beautiful soft wood, which goes through a process. It's quite a pioneering process which turns it into a hardwood, so it's durable, it's strong, but it's actually very sustainable because softwood grows much faster than hardwood. So it's very sustainable and very conscious of the environment. The easiest way to describe this egg is that you've got quite the beautiful exterior skin, it's got a lot of curvaceous things happening. We've created a lot of indentations, and the reason for the indentations is simply so that you can see inside, that you can get a view inside the egg to see what's going on inside. What's actually going on inside is we've got this, or a metaphor of a person, and this egg is dancing very precariously on top of these spikes. And this isn't something you'd initially ever see until you come close to the egg. So I guess this goes back to our concept that the egg is two things. It's talking about the external appearance and the internal feeling or the internal emotion. So we spent a lot of time on a computer modelling this and trying to get it right. And then when we modelled it, we then decided that the egg, the centerpiece, should be something quite beautiful and worthy. So what we ended up with was, it's a gold-leafed, gold-plated egg, which was designed by a very good friend of ours, Shona Marsh, of Shona Marsh Jewellery and Design. It's a lovely piece, so this alone, I think you could enter it into the New York Egg Exhibition. But this is what's going to form the centerpiece of our egg. So this is this, and then we have our sculptural egg around it. So yeah, it's exciting and it's fun. The guys at Acquia became really interested in this egg project when we mentioned it to them. So the timber supplier was a timber supplier in Ireland called Abbey Woods. So Phil Roach there, he said, you know what, we love this project so much, we're going to give you all the wood for free. And they understood that it was all for charity, so I think fair play to Phil and the guys at Abbey Woods. He introduced us to this factory called Dresser Mouldings in Rochdale. Dresser Mouldings are headed by a guy called Bill Gunn. And within Dresser Mouldings, one guy came to our rescue, a guy called John Gore. It became apparent that this was going to be a nightmare to get it to New York in time. Hats off to the organisers, Sanyu and Jess in New York. They're on the phone steady. But I have to say, everyone's as excited as I am. And there's a really good buzz about this egg. Everyone's really excited about it.